Hi everybody, this is Frankie from Bosque Mobile Bicycle Repair. Today I'm going to be showing you the tools that I use and you can use to fix your bicycle. And then yeah, you can keep recording. We don't have to cut it. But can I get a shot of just the tool bags now? Like the tool bag in the table area? Or actually, let me, yeah, that's fine. Let's get started. Let me see. Is there a straight? Okay, yeah. So we got 3 cameras going, right?
Yeah.
Which is the one that's on the TV screen?
That's the main one.
That's the main camera?
Yeah.
Okay, so should I play with the main camera?
Yeah, we're just doing like I'm just cutting it like as you go.
You're
all recorded.
Oh, they're all recording. They're gonna be on their separate video, or
If that's what you want.
I mean,
I could just like cut it as we go.
you can cut it. You cut it as you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. That'll be fine. Okay, so this is my Husky bag. I really like this bag. It's I've had it for a couple of years now. Husky makes some pretty good tool bags. I don't know if they make this specific model anymore, but I hope to keep this bag for as long as I can because it's a really good. They actually had a smaller size which I bought, but then I bought the bigger one. But yeah, it holds all my tools. I call this my first grab bag. This bag has my main tools. This is like, I can do most repairs with all the tools in this bag right here. I can take this bag, my repair stand, pump, and make some money on the bicycle trails. Let's do just mainly like, not of my face, but just like the tools right now. The what?
You want to do that? We'll run through that last part again then.
I can cut it.
Okay.
I can cut it. It's all good. We'll keep rolling. So yeah, this is so I'm gonna show you like the tools on the outside of the bag. These are the ones that I use kind of like the most. Like I grab a lot. I grab them. This is my 10 millimeter nut driver. This is actually use this for my repair stand because I'll explain that later when I do a review about my repair stand. But this is a nut driver. A lot of older style brakes have use a 10 millimeter nut. Everything in this bag is mostly metric. You know, bicycles use a lot of metric. This is a pretty good nut driver. This is a number 2 Phillips. It is it's a Craftsman brand. Yeah, it's a I know that the derailleur hanger B screw is JIS, but a number 2 will work. You just have to push down, engage it, push it hard inwards, because if not, when you'll strip it. So you just have to be more careful when you're using, number 2 rather than a JIS. You can buy a JIS in America, of course, but you got to order it. And yeah, they're pretty pricey, especially the ones that are bicycle specific. And that's Japanese Industrial Standard. That's what JIS stands for. These are my my wire cutters right here. Let me move this right here. These are my wire cutters. Our cable cutters, I mean. These are made by Super B. I've had these for a long time, and they're still working really good. They are, yeah, they're pretty good. A little rusted. I gotta put some of that little oil on them. But yeah, I clean my tools. That's why they get a little rusted. Now these are my my Bondis. Bondis tools right here. These are really good. I love these because they're color coded, and I know which size corresponds with which color corresponds with the size. You know, this is my 5mm. This is the most used. That's why a lot of the paint has come off. These are powder coated, so the colors do stay on. You know, for a long time. It's gonna stay on there. I mean, sometimes it gets scratched off. I think I bought these online. Yeah, I bought these online. Harbor Freight actually made some Allen keys or some hex keys. You can proper terminology is hex key, and these are you know, your basic tools that you're gonna need. You're gonna use a lot. But yeah, I love the color coded. I love anything that's color coded. I like color. This is my 5mm. This is it's like a screwdriver type Allen key, but it has the ball end on it. Has the ball end right here, and yeah, I don't like to use the ball ends too much. I mean, this is specifically to get into some hard places, like I have to angle it, and that's what the ball end is for. But you don't want to use a lot of torque. You don't want to tighten it all the way with the ball end unless you really have to, because you can strip that head, the socket cap head, you know, of the bolt. So yeah, that's why I like these Allen keys, because they don't have a ball end right here. They have the ball end right here, but I don't ever use them unless it's a hard to reach area. So, and also I want to say that these tools they're from different places, you know, different brands. I don't like to buy everything Park Tool because it's extremely expensive, so I'm not going to do that. This is my 5mm T handle. I got this one from Harbor Freight. These are extremely good. I mean, for their price, it's outrageous. So I keep my 5mm on the outside of my bag, because that's the most common size Allen key or hex key I use. The other T handles, I put them in my bag and I wrap colored electrical tape around them, so it kind of, you know, I know what size corresponds with the color, similar to these, except I have to do it a little manually. You know, I can't buy them like that. I don't know if there's any other company that sells color-coded T handles, but the reason why I like these T handles is because most T handles come with a ball end on them, and I don't like that. And there's some really expensive T handles with ball ends on them, and like I said, I don't like using the ball ends unless I have to, because I'll strip that bolt, the bolt head, the socket cap head, and that's gonna be, I'm gonna have to replace it, so that's not good. Okay, I got some scissors. I keep scissors on me all the time. Sometimes I cut up inner tubes and I line them inside the tire, you know, to make it a little bit puncture resistant. Or sometimes I cut the inner tubes up so it deflates them and throw them in the trash. It doesn't take up a lot of space. I cut up a lot of old T-shirts, you know, that way we got rags and stuff like that. And yeah, that's what I use scissors for. So they're pretty good scissors. I don't want to lose those. Got a pen. Always got a pen on me. It's pretty good. Sometimes you got to write things down. On the other side, got my ratchet, and this has a 1/2-inch drive on it. Ratchets come in 3 different size drives here in America. You know, there is the 1/4 inch, 3/4 inch, and a 1/2 inch. This is a 1/2-inch drive. I only keep my cassette lock ring tool on it. This is made by Foundation. It's a Jensen USA brand. Jensen USA is an online retailer. They do make their own tools, which are really good. So yeah, I like this. I love this one because it just goes onto my 1/2-inch drive. And of course the little ball, this little hole on it, it will lock if you put it on the side, the same side with the hole, the little ball, I mean, on the driver, the ratchet, I mean, or ratchet driver. So yeah, it's pretty good. Lock a cassette, you know, they sell cassette lock ring tools with like it's attached to it permanently, the handle, and so with this I can take it off and then put other tools on this if I want to, but I mainly use it for my cassette lock ring tool. So you got cassettes and freewheels. With the freewheel, you use a different tool to tighten it, but those never come loose. So with cassettes, they always come loose. So yeah, it's pretty good. This is my 3/4 inch drive ratchet right here. Has a 3/4 inch drive. I use this one predominantly for the hex keys or Allen keys, and you know, I could put different sizes on them on this ratchet right here. And this is a 5mm. Of course, I always got my 5 or 6mm on it because, you know, that's the most common type. And then if this wears out, instead of having to buy like a whole new you know, T-handle or a whole new you know, L-shape, this is called L-shape Allen keys, I can just buy a new one of these, and so I don't have to run out and buy a whole new set. So I usually use this for high torque applications, you know, like your C-post, the faceplate on your stem, or the what is it called, you know, the stem part where it clamps onto your steer tube. So I have a bag in here. I was kind of gonna hold off on going inside the bag, but I have a bag with a bunch of different sizes right here that go onto predominantly 3/4 inch drive. So like I got my T25, they call these a star bit, they're also called a star bit, but I'll go through this bag later. I'm going to continue with what's outside the bag. Okay, so I got my call this a drumstick. This is drumstick right here. This trues your rotor. It's a very simple tool. This is a very old one. Shout out to Nate from the Albuquerque REI. He gave this to me. He's the master mechanic over there. He's a pretty cool guy. Yeah, he gave this to me. This is a very vintage tool. It's a drumstick MTP. Yeah, I don't think they make these anymore. But yeah, it's a pretty simple tool. It's can't really damage it, but yeah, you just put the rotor in there and then you kind of bend it. You know, I eyeball everything, so I don't use a truing stand. I got good eyes. Okay. And this is my Tecton 15mm wrench. It's a double end wrench. It's got a ratchet right here. Let me try to do that. Oh, okay, right here. There we go. So I only use this to snug it up right here, this part, because you can't use a lot of torque when using this to tighten it. A lot of torque, because you'll damage the ratchet inside of it. These are expensive. If you buy a whole set like this, well, Tecton's pretty cheap. It's like one of the cheapest, but I mean, it doesn't mean they're bad quality. But I like this. So I mainly use this 15mm for the wheels with the nuts on the axle. You know, it doesn't have a quick release. It has a 15mm. So you always got to have a 15mm if you're a bicycle mechanic. You know, got to have that readily available. That's my 15mm. This is my cable puller made by Super B. I love this thing. It's a pretty good cable puller. It's lasted me a long time, a lot of years. But yeah, it's a pretty simple. It got a little ratcheting kind of a locking mechanism around there. Let's see if we can do that. So it just, it'll hold it there for you, and you can tighten up your cable clamp. You know. So yeah, pretty good. Super B makes a pretty good bicycle tools. They're a good brand. I mean, you know, some people don't like them, but I like them. They're a really good brand. Next are my cone wrenches. So most wheels are cup and cone, and these are various sizes right here. your 15 millimeter and your 14 millimeter is going to be your most common size. Cone wrench to adjust the cones, the bearings, and your wheels. The 15 millimeters for the rear and the 14 millimeters more for the front. These ones right here are actually transmission wrenches. So they're super thin transmission wrenches. Got a really good deal on these whole set. They're not that great. They're pretty good. You just can't really put a lot of force to tighten them, but you're not supposed to be tightening your cup and cones that tight. So, but I made the mistake, quite a few times. But these are pretty good. They're double-sided. One side's, like on this one, is 13 millimeters. The other side is 12 millimeters. So yeah, this is a Park Tool one. This is a Super B one. This is my this is a double-ended wrench. This is not a cone wrench. It's not that thin. It's one side is a 16 millimeter. The other side is a 17 millimeter. These are hard to come by. You can buy them. You have to go online to get them. I doubt you're going to be able to go in the hardware store and get it. But I came across this one, so I think I got it used somewhere. I think probably at a garage sale. But these are for the outer lock nut on the cup and cones. So it doesn't need to be thin. It's not the cone. But if you need to get one of these, this is definitely a good find. Okay, so I'm gonna go inside my little pockets right here. Got some electrical tape. Always got electrical tape on me. I use this for like rim strips. It works. Electrical tape's made for wrapping around wires, and wires conduct electricity, and that creates heat. So I know there's some people that say that these aren't, the heat will make it expand and contract and then it'll break, but that's not true. You can use electrical tape as rim strip, to cover the holes in your rim. That way are the spoke nipples, so your tube doesn't get punctured. I put some new ones in there every year, maybe if you have time. But electrical tape works really good. You can buy, if you go to Harbor Freight, you can buy a whole pack for really cheap. You don't have to buy the, what is it called? I forget, 3M. 3M's expensive stuff. This is UL listed, so it works. I got my pressure gauge. I love this pressure gauge. It's electric. It's made by Topeak. I don't like to buy a lot of stuff Topeak because they're a pretty expensive brand, but this gauge is really good. It's really fast. It can switch between Schrader and Presta with this little switch right here. So just switch over to it, engage it on the valve, and it will read the PSI. In America, we use PSI. I know in other countries you guys use bar or KPI, but this does all 3 units. It has a button to change the unit, but yeah, there you go. Oh, I thought I damaged the screen, but apparently not. Yeah, I thought this is the Smart Gauge D2. Very, very good gauge. Yeah, always check your tire pressure before you go out on a ride. If you got slime in your tube, don't use this. This releases air because you don't want slime going into the pressure gauge. So I wouldn't use this one. This releases some air, but yeah, it's a pretty good pressure gauge. I love it. I also have a manual one. It's a more analog type one, but yeah. I got some cable ends in here, some ferrules, and my bag always has some extra ones, and some business cards in here too. Some business cards, but yep. And let me see here. So we got that. Okay, I'm gonna put some of these tools away real quick before I pull out some more. 5 millimeter. And I'll keep the ratchet out. Where did I put the ratchet? So you see this bag can fit a lot in it. You know, a lot of good thing about bicycle tools is they're not very bulky. They, you know, doesn't take up a whole lot of space, but there's a lot of, you know, this does add up in price wise. All these little tools. But there's a ton of little pockets in here that can dividers, you know, that organize my tools. I always keep my tools organized. And drumstick. Okay, so now we're gonna go inside the bag. I always keep painter's tape on me. I wrap that around the seat tube of the bicycle, because you know if I have to extend the seat higher to clamp into the bicycle stand, I know where it was set at. So I always got painter's tape. Really good to have. This is my I don't know the name of this tool, but it just holds the handlebars, keeps them steady while you're working on the bicycle. That way it doesn't hit you in the head or hit the frame. So one side clamps onto the seat tube, and the other end clamps onto the handlebars. And then you lock it with this little right here. It locks in place. So this extends. It's a little pole that extends. So it's pretty cool. Made by Feedback Sports. Really good brand. Okay, so the cool thing I like about this bag is it's got this divider in there, and you could actually pull out that divider. So this is the little compartment. I got all my tools organized. Well, kind of organized. So I'll go through these. Yeah, I got these. I got my pick right here. I do have a lot of different kind of style picks, but this is like the main one I use, so I don't only keep this on me. Harbor Freight, you can get it for like $2. These picks will last you forever. This is my Phillips. This is a what is it? What size? T1. I think it's a 1, size 1. Phillips. This is not metric. This is, what is it called? I'm losing my memory right now. But yeah, this is number 1. It's a more finer point. I use this predominantly for the little shifter bodies to unscrew the little cover on them. So I use that. That's mainly what I use this for. I got a little magnet. That way if I drop something, I can pick up a little bolt. It's a little magnetic telescoping tool. I got another one right here. It's pretty, it's a bigger one, I think. I had it somewhere in here, but yeah, it'll probably show up somewhere. But anyways, got a marker, colored marker, red. Use that to mark the holes in the tubes. This is my reaming tool. I don't really use this a lot. It's a 1/8 to 1/2 inch. This is non-metric, and I kind of just use a lot of the valve holes drilled in rims need to be deburred. It's a deburring tool. That's what it is. It gets the sharp kind of metal splinters off of that. It kind of smooths it out, because those that sharp edge on that's drilled into your rim, it can puncture your tube. It can puncture the side of your valve. Predominantly, what I'm speaking of, referring to Schrader valves. So it's good to deburr it, and so it's a deburring tool. I also use a file for that. I got a little metal file. I use that to file brake pads. I only use this for brake pads, you know, to rough them up, scuff up the brake pads, make sure that they're, you know, have better friction. So and gets that layer of that's contaminated from oil and grease. I clean this with isopropyl alcohol and file down the pads. This right here, this drill bit, I rarely use it, but when I do use it, I use it to convert a rim that's drilled for a Presta valve, and drill out that hole and make it be able to fit a Schrader valve. This size is it's a 5/16 bit drill bit. This one I think is like a one specifically for metal. If it's not, it's probably a multi-purpose one like wood, plastic, or metal. So you can buy these as singles from the hardware store. Just got another pen right there. Got a lot of pens everywhere. Oh, here's the little handle for the cleaning tool. So this goes through the tool right here, and so you can turn it. Makes it a little bit more compact. Got my flatheads. One's a what is this one? I think it's like a 5/16. These ones can be a lot of variables in the widths, these flatheads, but these ones work just as fine, just fine. So they're pretty good. I don't know what brand these are. I think I got them at a garage sale somewhere. Got my these are nut drivers with 1/4 inch drives on them, so I can put different size sockets on them. Pretty cool. I keep always keep an 8mm on one, and this is a 10mm. Oh, this is a 9mm, and then of course I got the 10mm on the outside of my bag. But I have different size sockets that I can put on these. I mainly use them for the derailleur the rear derailleur. Some rear derailleurs don't use a hex key or Allen key. They use a nut to clamp onto the cable. So those are like the more kind of low end type of derailleurs or older style derailleurs. So that's what I use these for. Or sometimes the brake pads, little box brake pads, the old school ones, they use like nuts, nuts on them, metric nuts, instead of hex key. Okay, this is my chain checker tool. It checks if the chain is worn out or stretched. This is made by Park Tool. It is the CC-3.2. So it's a really good chain checker tool. I know they sell like really expensive ones. They sell like higher end ones, but this is good enough, in my opinion. It's just a piece of stamped metal. It's like $8. It works really good. I highly recommend if you're a cyclist to buy one of these that way, because a lot of bike shops will rip you off. Just try to say that your chain is stretched, but it's not. Especially if you barely ride your bicycle. But yeah, so it's pretty good. Got my these are my T. They call these star bits. Sometimes they call them star bits. I think these are the security ones because they have a little hole at the end. But you can still use these on the regular star nuts. These are so they're pretty good. They're called Torx. Yeah, Torx Allen keys. Torx. That's the proper term, I believe. Torx, yeah. So the CRB. These are different, various sizes. I think my T25 or no, my T45. I don't know what happened to my T45, but T25 is the most common size on a bicycle. T25. So if you're gonna be on, yeah, it's not everything's hex key. Sometimes they use these. Got another file. Use them for brake pads. It's a little mini file. Pretty cool. Mini file. Oh, this is my. This is it's a wax pencil. It's they call this one China marker. It's a grease pencil. This is referred to as a grease pencil. Tile people who cut tile or lay tile use this. Sometimes welders use this to mark the metal or cut it, mostly for marking and cutting. But I use this to mark the hole in the inner tube. So that's what, because it can write on rubber, your inner tubes. Or sometimes I'll write the PSI on the sidewall of the tires for the customer, because it's in very small print and it's the same color as the tire. Your PSI is molded into the tire. So I'll write the PSI on the sidewall of the tire for the customer if they can't see good. That way they know what the pressure is. So yeah, I love these because these can write on anything. Even if it's wet, it can write on it. So it'll stick on there. Got my needle nose, and I know I have my side cutters somewhere. Let's see, but these are my needle nose. Pretty good. Yeah, just some basic needle nose. Pretty good. I use them to mainly to crimp, the cable ends. These like these little cable ends right here. These they put them at the end of the cables to prevent them from fraying. So it's a little thing like that. So yeah, do that. And oh, here it is. Yeah, I always keep those together. These are my little, wire cutters right here, side cutters. They're pretty good. Rarely do I use these, but sometimes you use them. Right there. Cut zip ties. That's what I mainly use them for. Cut zip ties. I got some precision wire cutters right here. Little precision ones. Those ones I predominantly use these to cut zip ties, because you got to cut them real close that way, because that end can be sharp. So these are really good. Pretty good. I got another reaming tool, deburring tool, and this is specifically for the hole on the rim that's drilled for the valve. Kind of deburr it, de-sharpen it. I rarely use this because it's kind of hard to get in there between the spokes, but it's a pretty expensive metalworking tool. This is right here. This is a special wrench. This is made by Park Tool. I think they're one of the few ones still making this. It's a OBW-4. OBW-4, and it has 13 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 11 millimeter, 12 millimeter. This is for the older style brakes, calipers. They're still in use. People are still riding those bicycles, and they're still making those brake calipers. So yeah, this is a really good tool. It's thin. That way it can go in between. It's kind of like because it's a very tight space. This is mainly to align the caliper evenly over the rim, and then you adjust the brake pads. Oh, here's my other magnet, my other telescoping magnet. I use this one more. I don't really use the little one, but this one's pretty powerful. So pretty good. Sometimes I drop little bolts, or sometimes I just put a nut or bolt on there to prevent it from dropping. I also have magnetic bowls. I use those a lot. But yeah, this is pretty good. This is a really nice one right here. It's heavy duty. I don't know where I got this one. Probably Harbor Freight. But it's extremely good quality. Actually, I don't think I got it. I don't think I got this one. I don't know. Got it from somewhere. This is my other ratchet. This is my 1/4 inch. I mainly keep a 4 millimeter on it. So it's really cool. Use it for like the brake pads. So this one has a 1/4 inch drive. So it's a very small drive compared to the other ones. So yeah, this is my drive. So you can see the comparison. The drive is the male end, and so you got the 1/2 inch drive, 3/4 inch drive, and a 1/4 inch. So yeah, pretty cool. See the different sizes. You don't want to be using a ratchet with a 1/4 inch drive for like really high torque. You know, applications. You know, I mean, not. I mean, you can't. Well, this will go up to like, I don't know. I'll tighten it up to like 8 Newton meters. So got that. This tool right here, I never use this tool. This is for like brake calipers, older style brake calipers, and it's to hold it in place. I'll be honest with you, I really don't know how to use it that much because I just never use it. But I think you put the brake pads, this over the brake pads, it kind of holds them in place. But it's a very old style tool. I should use it more, but I just use my hands. So I did it the hard way. But I had a good friend give this to me. Rob from the little bike shop gave that to me. Pretty cool. Got a box cutter, little X-Acto. Sometimes it just, I forget what I use. I cut up the boxes. Like sometimes somebody buys a new box, and I'll cut it up for them so it fits in their trash can. So yeah, box cutter. But be careful if you cut open. I mean, I don't cut open the box to pull the bike out because you might cut the tire. Got a marker. Let me see. Got another a nut driver. Another nut driver with a kind of like a screwdriver with a little 1/4 inch drive on it. This is my another 10 millimeter. And I got these colored sockets from Harbor Freight, so they're pretty good. I'm really happy I got those. I got a little Phillips, well, a little screwdriver. It takes different bits in it. I think this one got a little thing, so I got a bunch of different little like Phillips, Torx. I think I even have a Torx in here. I just got mainly Phillips and what you call it, the you know, the other one. So yeah, got different little bits in there. So it's pretty good. Got a dedicated Torx or little star Allen key. So T25. This is a T25. Like I said, it's the most common size. I use this to tighten up the rotor bolts. Those are predominantly use a star nut. So that's what I use that for. This is a brake pad. This is for like hydraulic brakes, piston press they call it. This is a Park Tool one. This is the PP-1.2. Really good. I think it's made out. It has a zinc coating on it or something, but it's not that great because it's kind of rusting a little bit. But yeah, sometimes you got to push in the pistons. You know, push back in the brake pads. Well, you keep the brake pads in when you're doing it. I mainly do it and push them in because sometimes they'll stick out too far. This is made by Park Tool. This is a MLP-1.2. This basically just it helps you take off the quick link on your chain or install it. So it kind of spreads open the chain, pulls it together, and then you can take off that little quick link. So it's pretty cool. I like it. It makes my life a lot easier. I used to not use this, but I mean now I use it. So yeah, these are my tools right here. Let me put these back real quick. Actually put these right here. And so it's a pretty good. So it goes in these slides in these rails in the tool bag. So it's really good. Really good tool. Oh, here's another little deburring tool I forgot about. This is right here. This one, I actually use this one the most. This one is a this one's for plumbing. A lot of plumbers use this. It's like a little pencil style and the little swivel. It's this little end right here swivels. This is like the most easiest one to use. It's the most cheapest too. So ironically, I got this one. I think they use this to deburr a lot of PVC pipe. You can do copper pipe. So you just run it around the ends. So it's pretty cool. I need to keep this one on the front. So there. So yep. Cool. Okay, let me put this out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna put this over here right now. Okay, so now I got some more tools in the bag. Always keep some extra brake pads. Brake pads and cables in my bag. For when I'm on the bike trail, you know, somebody needs a cable. These are double-ended. One has a road end, one has a mountain bike end or recreational bicycle end. Pretty cool. These are made by, I think, Unix. It's a decent brand. Okay. So got my files. My files, I use these to, like, you know, deburr stuff, or sometimes I'll cut a bolt shorter and kind of deburr it. Not deburr. This is specifically an aluminum file, and I should have a handle on this. I know somebody's gonna say that, you know, we should have a handle on a file, but I gotta get to buying that. This is aluminum file. They do make files specifically for aluminum. Nobody uses them. Everybody uses a steel file. The reason why they make files for aluminum is so it doesn't clog up the file. You know, these are for steel, and these can get clogged by aluminum. What I do is I just take a wire brush to it and brush it out. But I mean, I have this aluminum one. I use my files also to face the part of the frame where the caliper mounts onto. That's more specific for the hydraulic brakes, because hydraulic brakes have little to no room to you know what I mean, spacing between the brake pads and the rotor. So there's very minimum space, and it has to be pretty accurate, the mounting surface. And most bikes don't come with a faced mounting surface, a true flat mounting surface. This is a triangular file. So yeah, these come with handles already, you know, built in. Got that, and got a brush, like a stiff. This is a tile brush. You can buy it at Walmart for like $1, $2. I just use this to, like, clean out the tires when I'm changing the tube. Any dirt, debris, or something inside of the tire, I just use it to brush it out. I only use this brush for that reason. But I do have another one that I use to clean the the cassette and the chain rings. These are really good brushes, tile brushes. Super cheap. You don't have to buy expensive, you know what I mean? Expensive bicycle cleaning tools sometimes. These are my little, there's some more tools right here. Pull them out. These are called stubbies. I like these. Sometimes you gotta get tight spaces. A flathead and a Phillips stubby. Pretty good. That up there. Pretty good. Am I going too fast? Okay. I want you to close up on this one, please. Right here. This tool there's a little lifesaver right here. This is this is made by what is it called? Crescent. It's a Crescent. I love this little tool. It's like I forget the name of this tool off the top of my head, but I'm gonna try to focus in on it. It's okay. You could. I'm gonna try to stay still. There you go. So I like this little tool. I use it as a cable puller sometimes, and it's like it has a little adjustable, or sometimes the little nuts or bolts are stripped. So I'll use this to tighten it, and so it's a real. This thing is pretty cool. This is like the smallest. This is like the only company that makes these, like this small. So buy it. You have to buy it online because I doubt they're not going to sell these in the store. So this is pretty cool. Like plumbers use this type of tools, I think. Yeah, these ones. So pretty cool. I like this. Okay, these are my mini L-shaped hex keys. This is made by Park Tool. Sometimes there's very little space. Predominantly when I think of these, I think of the like a hydraulic or mechanical disc brake for like a very small frame, so that there's very small space to get into the adjust the rear caliper. Like if somebody has like a bicycle frame with a 49, 48 millimeter seat tube, or this is what I use it for. So these are these little L-shaped Allen keys. I got a mini adjustable wrench made by Crescent. I like this. This is pretty cool. I like these tools. I don't know why. I always trip out on these little tools. So I got them. This is the only brand I think that makes these really small. So this one's stainless steel, so that's pretty cool. Got a 3-sided hex key. Yeah, I use this. Yeah, I use this a lot. You know, sometimes you could use this to tighten up, you know, the face plate and the stem, and you know, seat post, and just switch it. You got 3 different sides. Pretty cool. Just yep, pretty cool. What else do I got in here? Got I got my chain ring tool. This is my this is a chain breaker tool. This is made by Park Tool. This is the CT-5. This is supposed to be used, I guess, as a little compact one you put in your bag when you're out riding. But I actually use this for like on a regular use, and for pretty much all chain sizes. It just works. I don't know. I haven't found a reason to buy like a really expensive chain breaker. So this is a chain breaker, and I mean, this little guy works. And then I use a bent spoke to hold the chain in place while I break it. So you put it in a vise, or use a pair of pliers to bend it. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, bought this. I don't really carry a chain breaker on my rides. I mean, if your chain breaks on a ride, you should have got some preventative maintenance on it, because they don't really break unless you're abusing them. But let me see right here. I got a lot of I think they're called open end wrenches. Yeah, open end wrenches, double-sided wrench. Got various sizes, a lot of metric. You know. And I wrap color-coded electrical tape on them. Some of it's worn off. I got a bunch of 10 millimeters for some reason. 10 millimeters is a pretty common size. So I got those. Some bunch of different brands too. But they work, you know. This one's pretty special. Can I get a close-up of this, please? Okay. This one is very good to have. I had to buy this online. One side is a 9/16. The other side is a 1/2 inch. The reason for this is for older style bicycles. They'll use that size nut on, I think, the axle nut. Yeah, on the axle nut, and also the seat posts, the clamps that clamp onto the seat, the rails of the seat. So they use that size. So, or it's a metric, something. Yeah, I think it's They use those. The clamps, the seat posts will have clamps, nuts on the clamps that are in these sizes. This is like older style bikes. Some new bikes are made with that size nut too. So these two wrenches right here, these double-sided ones are gonna make you work faster if you're a bicycle mechanic. So double-sided. These are hard to get, but if you get them, hold on to them. So, okay, can zoom out now, please. Let me get my bag. So I like these little bags. I call them divider bags. They're made out of like kind of Cordura material. They're pretty cool. I also got a little one right here. This is not made out of Cordura. It's made out of some like cheap material, but it works. These are my my sockets for my half-inch drive. My little driver. Is in the, but the one with the 1/4 inch I showed earlier. So some of these have little star bits on them. Star bits and Allen keys. So that's pretty cool. This one holds a lot of freewheel tools, and also another cassette lock ring tool. So if you have a freewheel, there's a difference between talking about the cogs on the rear wheel. These remove freewheels. So I have some vintage ones, or some vintage sized freewheel removal tools. I'm sorry, this is a lot to say. So yeah, we're gonna get that. This one's really old. This one right here, this is for like, I don't know, but this specific tool I think is actually really old. Oh, this is a Suntour. Yeah, my friend gave this to me. It's a freewheel. Yeah. The bad thing with this style is that these can get damaged if it's on too tight, or the freewheel is corroded, like they didn't put grease on the threads, or you're restoring an old bike, and most of the time it's going to be really stuck on there. So that's these are my freewheel removal tools. So yeah, this is another old style. These are old style free wheel removal tools. This one's made by, what is this one made by? Oh, this is Park Tool, FR-6. This is FR-2. So yeah, and when you start getting into free wheels, it's a real pain. I'll actually take an automotive breaker bar with the socket. I think it's like a 1-inch socket, and I'll put it over these, and I'll use it to take off a free wheel. That's how tight they're on there. Especially if you don't put grease on the threads, it'll seize. So, this one you can't use with a 1-inch socket, but you have to use like an adjustable wrench with it. These are all 1-inch. So you could take a what is it, like how I was showing you earlier. These like the nut drivers, the sockets, and go over it. But I'll show you. I keep my spoke keys in here. I write spoke keys on it. Spoke keys. So yeah, my spoke keys are like really valuable, because to lose these can be easily lost. I mean, you drop these, boom, and it's in the grass. You're like, where is it at? But these are pretty expensive. Spoke keys can be pretty pricey, especially if you want a lot of different sizes. So I got some that are made by Park Tool. The blue and the red are the most common sizes. A lot of blue and red. Blue and red. This tool right here is Park Tool makes this. It's the BSH-4. These are for like bladed spokes to hold the blades in place. Um, I don't. I do true some of those wheels, but most of the time they're not that out of true. So like really high-end road bikes. So yeah, I got a bunch of different spoke keys. I got a couple of these, and I don't recommend using these. The only reason I have these like, you know, multiple ones is because they have sizes on them that are rare, and so I only use these if those sizes, if I come across those sizes, and usually that's like really large spoke nipple sizes. And so, but you have to be careful using these because you can accidentally use the wrong size, go up a bit, mainly predominantly go up one size bigger, and then round it the spoke nipple. So, you know, I'm very careful when I use these. A lot of times beach cruisers, some beach cruisers have, or even e-bikes now have these giant spoke nipples on them. So they're almost like moped spoke nipples. What's this? I think this blue one right here. This blue one by Park Tool. This blue, what's it called? This little spoke wrench. This is a really big size, and it's starting to become more common on the e-bikes and beach cruisers. Yeah. This is a multi-tool. It's like Star Bits. I don't really use this a whole lot. I just keep it just in case. I don't know. It's just a little compact one. I have a shopping problem, so I bought it. It's anodized. Thought it was pretty cool. Made by, it's Pittsburgh Pro, Harbor Freight brand. Yep. Spent too much money on tools. And I got an addiction on that thing. Mini pliers. Like, always need these for something. Okay. Let me go in my bag. Go into these. They got a little box full of ferrules, they call them. They go onto the end of the cable housing. I got various sizes. You know, the main sizes. They're sized in like millimeters. So let's see if I can get that right here. So I got that. I also got an adapter if maybe somebody's on the trail, and you know, this is good to have in your bag. This is made by Wheels Manufacturing. It'll convert a rim that's drilled for a Schrader to a Presta. You put this in the hole, and you can use a Presta valve tube and a rim drilled for a Schrader valve. So that's cool. We have that. Those are expensive, actually. Those are like worth $10 a piece. So, jeez, little cable ends. So that's pretty cool. I just gotta keep these. Some spoke nipples. Just 14 gauge spoke nipples. These are brass. They look like they're silver. They're silver. Well, they're coated in stainless steel coating on them, but they're brass nipples. Always got those, just in case I gotta change a spoke. What else do I got? I got some sandpaper, different types of sandpaper. I got even what they call emery cloth. So let me see. So this one's actually drywall. This is like drywall sandpaper. This is used for disc brake pads. You can use the emery cloth. I use the emery cloth on the rotors to scuff up the rotors on the discs, and I use these for the brake pads. This style, I can use this to. I mainly use this for like road brake, like these type of brake pads, rim brake pads. Scuff them up, but I use the file for that mainly too. So yeah. The file. So that's some different styles of sandpaper. Got some suntan lotion in here too, just in case a lot of burn up. Suntan lotion in there. What else do I got in here? Some various bearings. just in case a bearing falls out. Well, I got the adapters in there too, but I got some bearings for the rear wheels. Those are the rear wheel size. So the cup and cone bearings. But yeah, got that. Oh yeah, got some more tools. Almost done. Almost done. I got my card reader in here too. Card reader. But okay, so these are my valve core removal tools. Actually, let's get a close up of these because these. Let's see, close up of these. I need a good background. Let me see. Get off this table. There we go. Okay. So let's close up on these right here. So as you can see, this one that looks like a screwdriver is for, this one right here is for a Schrader valve. This one right here on this end is for Schrader. This end is for the Presta valve. This right here is to tighten the Presta if it has a removable valve core. Presta right here. I don't never use that. I just tighten it by hand. But yeah, this is to remove the valve core. I could show you an example. I actually had a, hold on one moment. Let's see. Let me see. You can keep it zoomed in if because I did have a valve somewhere. I had a valve somewhere. Oh, never mind. Let me see. But yeah. But anyways, I also got another adjustable wrench right here. It's like a little smaller one, smaller style. It's good. I have another big adjustable wrench. I don't know where I put it, but I always keep that bigger one in. It's like a medium style adjustable wrench. Sometimes you got to use these for the bigger. If I have the bigger adjustable wrench, I use it for the like say for the cassette. If I didn't have that, I'm talking about the free wheel removal tools, but I'm just using the cassette tool as an example to use the adjustable wrench on it. But I have a tool specifically for that. Actually, I'll show that to you right now. But put this back on there. Okay. Let me try to find that tool. There we go. This is my big wrench right here. So this is a 1-inch open end wrench. No, actually it's not a 1-inch. It's a 25.4. Sorry, 25.4 millimeter open end wrench. Now I was telling you about those free wheels, how they're really difficult to remove. Now I also got a breaker bar with a socket on it. So and this is not overkill because sometimes these bikes are old. They've been a little rusted. I mean, I don't work on bikes that are too rusted, but sometimes. So like, so this is a free wheel. I think this is cassette tool actually. My bad example. Let me see. Let's get this. There we go. This is a free wheel removal tool. So sometimes I'll put that wrench on it, boom, and it's lefty tighty, righty tighty with the free wheel removals. So, the further back you hold it, put some body weight on it, and you can remove it. So this is a pretty big wrench. This was hard to get. I had to buy this online. So well, I think one of them, what is it? I don't know. They got first. I ordered it. It got lost in shipping, but I ordered it again. Yep. It finally got to me. So it was like, yeah, pretty good wrench. You can use it. Let's cut right now. Or I was gonna ask you a question.